In this video, I'd like to talk about how we track projects and how those relate to billing your client. So in the Striven system, each user logs on and has their own timesheet. So if I click into the timesheet, this is what it looks like. So you can see this is for Mark Thor during this particular week. So Mark can have billable time on several different orders. He can save and pick up where he left off later, or submit his weekly timesheet for approval. Coming into our employees menu and moving over to approving timesheets, you'll have a queue here of all your employees that have submitted timesheets for approval. You can take a look at this particular week to review the hours that were input. If for some reason you're unfamiliar with who David is, you can click on their link to their name and you can see a short summary of who they are. And you can also take a look at the skill sets that David may or may not have to determine whether they were qualified to perform that work. If there needs to be any adjustments made, you can use the discussions feature to send a quick note to David. And when you send that discussion to David, he'll receive an immediate notification via email, as well as he'll have a notification in his global discussions area. So now that we know Striven can handle time tracking and timesheets, let's see how that relates to the work that our employees are doing. So if I go into my projects list, I've already got a project set up for this customer Camp Bow Wow. Let's dive into that project and take a look. So our projects are organized by, first of all, project, then by milestone in the gray, then by tasks. If I click into one of those tasks, this design work, for example, you can see here up at the menu, if, let's say, Elisa Smith was assigned to this particular task, she would be able to click on this particular icon. She'd be brought to a time entry screen where it could be selected as a billable or non-billable. It's for the design work task, and I'm going to add 2 hours here. You can add a note and click Save. So we're now back on the timesheet where it shows this line item and the 2 hours on the Tuesday that they were entered. Going back into the project where we just had the design work and added our time, let's explore how we can organize our work. So, as I mentioned, we might have beginning, middle, and end milestones. We have different views, so this is the standard view. We also have a Kanban board view where you can drag and drop. We also have a Gantt chart view as well. You can drag and drop if you need to extend the dates or change the dates. And as you hover over, you can see the details of the task or who's assigned. Going back to our milestones view, let's stop and think, if we're going to complete this task, we've assigned it to Julius, but what if this task required somebody who could speak Spanish? Let's click on Julius's name in the assignments, where we can see some information about him, as well as his skill set. Well, Julius doesn't have Spanish in his skill set, but what if we created a report in the system and searched specifically for all of our employees for one that could speak Spanish? And we found Elisa who can. So if I come back to the project, click Close, I can easily reassign directly within the project. We also have on the left-hand side a set of menus where you can filter out specific assignments. So if I just want to see which tasks are assigned to Mark, if I wanted to filter out by using our labels system, we can see just ones that we might need help with, or perhaps what's due today, or within 7 days, or within 1,000 days. And just like we have our company hub at the global level for your company, we also have a project hub. So you can store your documents as it relates just to this specific project. And it's up to you to show your customer on the customer portal what they see in terms of the project and the work that you're completing. So if I wanted to turn this beginning milestone off, I can simply click this global display icon within my Striven system, and if I hit refresh on the customer portal, you'll see the beginning milestone has now dropped off. So what happens when we go back into the project, go into the task, mark it as done? Well, first of all, we can get reminders. Hey, did we remember to update our customer that the work has been completed? And then we can also come into our time and expenses invoices. So let's search for a date range of this week, since we just completed this. And here we are, our customer, the order it's related to, as well as the time entry, number 33, for 2 hours on Tuesday. We can select this particular time entry, generate the invoice, and then have it emailed over to our recipient. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to our staff.